Good news coming in from Amrabat's camp amidst the threat coming in from Galatasaray that has been confirmed by his brother. Fabrizio Romano has told us that Sofyan Amrabat is patiently waiting to join Manchester United and he's willing to keep his cards on his chest, and he just doesn't want to see any club coming to him to convince him to join them. Apart from Manchester United, looks like Erik ten Hag is going to hate to do his job. He's going to hate to promise him that, obviously, I want you as my midfielder, and obviously he is the prime target towards the final end of the transfer window. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where you're reaching us from? A group by the names of Rock and David. It's a Saturday. How are you guys, and how are you doing? This is the United Matters channel, and you guys are really having a fantastic day, and hope you guys are really doing great here onto this channel. I thank God for the gift of life. You guys are really giving me the vibes of working, and you've seen how days I wake up in the morning and start serving you with news. I would like God to obviously give me his blessing, so to it that he gets me mercy, and I obviously coming through to broadcast early in the morning, such that by the time we reach 7 p.m. I have like 3-4 videos that I'm gonna hate to upload for you onto this channel. My Muslim viewers and subscribers, Barakallahu fikum, and may Allah see you through all your endeavors. Marseille has gonna hate to make what we call a U-turn on Eric Bailly, and lastly, we are having a story of Erik ten Hag disputing all rumors that United is short in attack. That is it. So let's start it off with where we want to be, but let's see close to 400 likes smash on this video, and continue to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now let's start it off with Jack Talbot confirming to us that Sofyan Amrabat remains Erik ten Hag's prime target for midfield, and the only reason that the club have not moved for him is because of their lack of funds this window. That is it. Now, I've always gone ahead and obviously disputed everyone coming out and saying about the funds, because I know 21 million pounds for Sofyan Amrabat are available at Manchester United to sign the player. You cannot tell me that a club at the caliber of Man United is lacking 21 million pounds. That is out. That is out. We are told that the budget was 120 million pounds, and there was another 50 million pound stretch that United could make, you know, either by borrowing that amount of money, or if when Sheikh Jassim Al Thani came in through, we would have gone ahead to pump in 50 million pounds for this team of Manchester United, meaning that we had a budget to spend of 170 million pounds. When you add that amount of money together, it's not 170 million pounds, because we've gone ahead to spend close to 160, a 10 million pound balance. We've sold Elanga for 20 million pounds. We've sold Fred for 13, that is 33 million pounds. We've sold Kavar for 8, that is like 40 million pounds. There is some 6 coming in from Alex Telles, that is like 50. Now when you add on the less 1 million pound sales for Emran, Zidane Iqbal, Ethan Laird, there is Charlie Savage, and very many others, you really understand that there is money for Manchester United. There is money. I think the Glazers just want to obviously make those last minute signing, and obviously see to it that they make it happen. Now, Di Marzio also went ahead and obviously threw into his thoughts about this guy, that is Sofyan Amrabat's transfer to Manchester United. It says the negotiation between the English club and the Fiorentina begins. There is still no agreement, but the two clubs are negotiating to find an agreement as soon as possible. So it shows you that there is positivity, that the talks between Manchester United and Sofyan Amrabat are really ongoing, so to it that Sofyan Amrabat comes to Manchester United. To show you that United have gone ahead to convince Sofyan Amrabat that they are in for him and they are going to sign him, Sofyan Amrabat has contact from Galatasaray this transfer window, that is this week, around Thursday, but he said no to it, and he just said, I'm coming to obviously do the needful for the club of Manchester United, And Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to obviously see us confirming to us the following, that he is waiting for only Manchester United. He's not interested in any other club apart from playing for Manchester United. Now, Sofyan Amrabat has decided to wait for Manchester United till the end of the window, meaning that there is green light at the end of the tunnel that this deal is going to happen. You know, after Fabrizio Romano and Di Marzio have gone ahead to put out this story together, I now understand our stance onto Sofyan Amrabat. He's a player Erik ten Hag wants, and the player is going nowhere. The player has been convinced by Erik ten Hag, and that is the common factor in all the players we've gone ahead to sign. The first signing this season was Mason Mount. Liverpool and Arsenal were interested in the player. He came out and told them, I want to go to Manchester United. You know, he snubbed other teams and came into Manchester United. Then after, Andre Onana, Chelsea wanted him. He told them, I'm going to Manchester United, and Chelsea pulled out of the race. The other player, Rasmus Højlund, PSG came in through with the money. You know, Spurs, Bayern Munich, and many other teams. He told them, I'm not going to your clubs. I'm going to Manchester United. Now for Sofyan Amrabat, he's obviously doing the needful and saying the same. Liverpool, West Ham, Galatasaray, Juventus, he has gone ahead to snub all those teams, and he's waiting to join Manchester United until the end of the transfer window. He was left out of the Fiorentina squad that played in the Conference League, that is it, and he is just ready to come in and join Manchester United. Fiorentina want to sell the player because the player is left with just 1 year on his contract. If the contract expires in the summer, he will leave for the free, and they even went ahead to reduce the price from £25 million to £21 million. That is coming in from Fabrizio Romano. And that also shells all this in one on what Ten Hag told us towards the end of last season, that when he came in through, players were not willing to come to Manchester United. But after the season he had with the players at Manchester United, all the players are positive to come and play for the club of Manchester United. So wait and see how that pans out, but it's always important to obviously see what the future of the club is. But kudos to Erik ten Hag for convincing a player like Sofyan Amrabat to snap other clubs and obviously be ready to come to Manchester United. When did you last see that? Players have been snubbing us. Yes, they've been snubbing us, but Erik ten Hag is going ahead to convince them to come to Manchester United. Now, talking on the departures of Manchester United, here comes Eric Bay, and it looks like Marseille have gone ahead to turn their, or to make a huge U-turn onto the signing of Eric Bay. Sky Sports this has confirmed to us that Marseille are pushing to sign Eric Bay from Manchester United, but no official offer yet. That is Eric Bay coming in, a story coming in from Sky Sports 6. Now, remember he played his entire season on a long season loan at Marseille, and the clauses were not made. They're supposed to play half of the games for Marseille, of which he didn't, and then he never led them to play into the Champions League. That is it. So that has gone ahead to obviously leave him into a position of obviously not fulfilling the clauses, and that's why he returned to Man United. But returning to Man United, Erik ten Hag was not interested in him, and he never even included him into the preseason squad that traveled to the US. Eric Bay has been working on very many moves. To Al Nassr, it collapsed. Besiktas, Norway. Fulham, and Rio Sociedad. All those have failed to obviously meet what he wants, and it's now Marseille back on the table to obviously see him play for them next season as their permanent player. He really put in some good efforts, and I think they've gone ahead to pay out for the interest coming in from Marseille. Now, Erik ten Hag is the manager of Manchester United. He was asked in the press conference about Eric Bay's move to Marseille, and this was his say. When we have news, we'll give it straight away, but we don't have it at the moment so we can't say anything about it, meaning that they're anticipating some huge positivity about the departure of Eric Bailly. You know, he was considering terminating his contract with Man United, but I think for Marseille, they'll obviously have to agree on a certain fee for Eric Bailly, like 3 million euros, to get him out of the club of Manchester United and see him go to where he's going to be playing game in, game out. And he's that player that you'll obviously want to be a Man United player. He has that killer instinct in him. Defenders are always afraid to face him because of his being rough, you know, and hard. So the only red flag has always been the injuries that have kept him not playing football for some time at this club of Manchester United. So we wait and see how that pans out, but it's one of those things that we are eagerly waiting for, to see to it that it goes to where it deserves to be. Now, after that, let's talk about Ten Hag coming out and obviously defending his attack. He was asked whether United is short in attack, and this was his reply. This is Erik Ten Hag. He said, "No, we have 7 front players and young talent coming up, as we've seen in the preseason, who are getting close. Rasmus Højlund will be available from next week onwards. Anton Martial as cover. We have Rashi as well there." So this is where I've gone ahead to dispute all stories being put out by Samuel Lucas that United is looking in for another forward. The problems of Man United are not forwards. We finished third last season, won a Carabao Cup, played in the FA Cup finale, knocked out in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup when you're playing with one centre forward, and Rashford, who doesn't obviously make us play better in transition as a team. So this time round, getting in Rasmus Højlund is a plus. Anton Martial is there. Then Rashford can come in through and obviously do the needful for the club of Manchester United. So I look at every position in the front of Manchester United when it's having 2 players to compete it for. Centre forward, Rasmus Højlund, Anton Martial. Left forward, Alejandro Garnacho and Marcus Rashford. That is it. Then the right forward, Anthony, Jadon Sancho, Amadi Diallo. You know, we are having 2 players per position. That is it. So we are in a good shape in the forward positions, and I would be so much stunned if I told United goes ahead to obviously sign a centre forward. The main approach or the main emphasis is on 2 players, that is Sofyan Amrabat and Todibo, because Ten Hag wants to move on Scott McTominay and Harry Maguire. So guys, your thoughts on to Sofyan Amrabat, waiting for Manchester United until the end of this summer transfer window. He says, "I'm standing with United." What are your thoughts about it? Secondly, what do you make about Eric Bailly to Marseille? A turnaround has been made. After the season, they said we're not going to sign the player, but now they want to sign the player. I think that clause has gone ahead to obviously run out where they could really sign him on. Now they're coming to sign him for less amount of money. And do you think we are short of centre forwards at Man United? All that and more into the comment section below. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. My Muslim viewers and subscribers, Barak, Lau, Fikum. I'm living to God bless you abundantly. See you when you see me. And I say, peace out for now.